Welcome back, my gardening friends. Well, I'm just going to get some more potatoes planted up, trying to get a successional sowing. Doesn't always work, but there's the family. There's Robo Crop. He's been with me a long time. This is Robe. I haven't got a name for Mrs. Robo Crop, so in the comments below if you don't mind, and don't forget, thumbs up or thumbs down before you leave. It is important for my channel. And they bought me some seeds, potatoes. These are the purple variety. We originally found those on plot 1 in the hashtag starting a new allotment series, and I'm just adding some of the 6x. This is not 6x, but it's a similar sort, because I haven't got any manure at the moment. These all go into the greenhouse, polytunnel, sorry, until they get going. Keeping the potatoes nice and low down. 1 seed per bucket. I always bring the material right up to the surface. I don't bother trying to put the material around the chits, the haulms, once they start growing. And these can go on the vertical garden if needed. I'm just trying to clear this area now because I'm going to be doing my mix for the long roots. Mandamu asked if we could see that, so I thought I'd oblige. Always open for suggestions, but we'll get this cleared. We'll get the family back home. They've been away, been on holiday, haven't bought me anything nice, so I'll get these get them popped back out the way, just in case we get any rain. The gloves are still working, guys, on the screen. So I'm just going to be using the my favoured compost, which is the Humax original. I'll put 2 of those in. We don't normally get too much rubbish out of this. I don't want to be forcing too much rubbish through, so we'll just pop it through there. Then we can have one of the cocoa koi we get, and then I'm going to be putting some kiln sand in, as he forgets that there's a hole in the bottom. Try that again another time. Again, I'll have to see how much sand we actually need compared with everything else. We want the compost as fine as possible. I think I'm going to need more of the original compost. Probably look totally different when it's wetted up. Last year I only used this compost, and I used my own made compost before, and we got longer roots, but time is not on my side at the moment. So like I say, I could crush that down, but I don't want many bits in there. A bit more sand. I'll get this put in a tub and get it wetted up, because I don't want it too dry, else it'll just drop straight out the end of the I like that. So I'll replicate that now. Put it in a sealed tub and get it wetted up. And that might be ready for a little bit later on, after I've finished putting the pipes in properly. Yeah, so I'm taking my gloves off, forgetting that I can just press the button. So this is the end of the pipes, and there's quite a large water reservoir, so if by any chance the roots drop out at the end of these 4-metre gutters, they go into the water and continue with feeding. This water will be emptied and fresh rainwater added afterwards. And these are 4 metres long-ish, so we'll just drop you down a little bit and I'll show you how I fill the white one up, and I'll crack on with the rest as I go. Because the wildlife pond's in the bottom, I'm just using this to help fill it up. I fill it up just below the top of the guttering. The roots don't normally come out any higher than that. Surprising how much compost it actually takes to fill these. Whether I'll get time today to get all 4 in and get the irrigation running, I don't know. But just to let you know, towards the bottom I'll then sprinkle some bluefish and bone over the top. Don't mix it in. The sand is there to help with the drainage, so the tap roots, as the water runs down, it'll find its route and make holes similar to like a volcano that runs, and hopefully the roots will find their way through. The moisture that gathers in here will then soak in there. The roots will feed off them at the bottom end. I don't want the roots feeding off at the top end, because I want that tap root to get as long as possible. I don't want too many tap roots, because they're very, very difficult to get out else. So I'll crack on for the next hour, and hopefully I'll bring you back for you very shortly. So I'm just popping the last one on. We've got a hole there. This is when I had first started doing long veg. That was why watering holes, but I now need to keep the light out. Not going to waste the guttering, got to use what we can, and then we just need to tease the guttering inside the other guttering the best we can, and pop a couple of cable ties on. Just to hold this all together. That's all that nicely done. Left enough room at the top to plant the seeds. I'm not going to have any more time today to do any more. I need to do a quick vegetable harvest in March. So let's have a little look at what we've got still to harvest. So these have been well protected. We haven't got many left now. As you can see, they've started growing again, and they'll probably start to go soft. The compost's still fairly wet, but I'm going to take a couple today, and then hopefully they'll last a bit longer. So a nice couple of parsnips. The cores do tend to go a little bit harder, especially when you steam them, but what we've been doing, because of the size, we can just slice the core out. But they're still got a bit of what's that means. We've got 3 left. Once all these are gone, I can empty this, move it over, and then get the barrels in this area. Just got to be patient. I'll get those washed. Don't take your glove off. Glove works fine. So there we have the pink fir apple. They were sown, planted on the 2nd of April, so that's nearly 12 months ago, and the Charlotte at the bottom. The Charlotte were for small seed, so we'll see how they've turned out. But as you can see, these have already, if you can see, no you can't see, but these are already sprouting, so we'll see what we've got there, and we'll pot on and plant any viable ones that have got decent chits on them. I don't personally expect a lot out of these, but you never know sometimes. Don't look bad potatoes actually. And they were saying there was 4 small seeds, and again we're getting quite a few of the small ones. I think I put too much manure in the bottom. You can see the worms there, still enjoying the manure that's in here, and I'll be putting that in the bottom of this bucket again to plant up some more of these Shallots, making sure I get all the small ones out. So we don't eat many potatoes. Some lovely stuff there, that manure. So we'll get those washed in a bit, but we'll get the pink fir apple out and we'll plant a decent one in one of the black buckets, ready to go onto the vertical garden a little bit later on. See, the chits are just starting to come on, so we just caught those in time. Some nice potatoes there actually. I just don't want to damage these here. He says, but this again, I've put far too much manure in the bottom of these. Far too much. In actual fact, that looks like that definitely isn't a pink fir apple, I don't think. So I think I'll that may have been a rogue potato. Now there's a nice pink fir apple, so we'll collect the ones that we definitely know, because as you know, we leave a volunteer in. See, again, that's definitely not a pink fir apple. Put that on the floor. That looks like it is, so we'll have that one, so that we can have 2 into the bucket when we swap it back over again. Now I've emptied it. But at the end of the day, potato's a potato. They all go down the same chute, so I'll just swap this over so I'll get these 2 seeds planted. So we'll pop that one in there. We'll pop that one in there, and we'll just make a note that there was 2 potatoes in those. I still don't know whether I've got them all out or not yet, but that's ready just to change the date to today's date. Not a bad little haul there, and we'll get those washed. That's those. They'll be left in the polytunnel now. Don't water them until they reach the surface. First use of the toilet brush, 2022. So we've just looked at the long roots for the Malvern show. These are my giant beetroots. They look so much better now that they're in bigger containers. There's the potatoes that we've planted today. I've covered these up just to hold the moisture in. As you can see it there, maybe just dripping, so that they stay continuously moist. And of course just let that have a bit of light. And we've still got potatoes here in there ready to harvest as and when. The purple sprouting is now sprouting, so we'll get that nice big centre hopefully, and then once you've cut that out, it'll throw out all the side shoots, which we'll be able to harvest continuously. You keep harvesting, keep feeding, and it's surprising what you will actually get. These are the onions and beetroot. I've taken the bottles off. No, I've told you lies. The wind blew all the bottles off. Brian came up with a good idea that he uses little canes to hold the bottles in place. And there's the last 2 buckets of Jerusalem artichokes that we still haven't harvested yet. And no doubt they'll start shooting soon, but as long as I've got enough for myself and I've got enough planted, then that's all that matters. I need to get some supports on my broad beans. That side is with the green manure, this side is without the green manure, and I'll be planting those gourmet shallots at that end. And these shallots that I had sent to me by one of my viewers, looking absolutely wonderful. Moving on to the grizzly shallots that Alan from the Dawn Chorus plot sent me. These are some golden gourmet shallots that we got cheap. These are the Opria that we got from Jason's Jungle. Again, looking very good. These are the walking onions. Some are doing better than others. Again, from Alan at the Dawn Chorus plot. These are my saved seed cloves, whatever you want to call them. These are the elephant garlic, again looking quite well, and they've had some chicken manure pellets recently, because I noticed that some of these were going a little bit yellow, and they're the red Russian garlic that William Coleman sent me. William Coleman's Garden and Allotment. Thank you to everyone who actually sent me those things, really appreciated. And thank you to those people that have sent me something via my PayPal. Thank you very much indeed. You know who you are. The square foot garden. I took the top off just to see how things are going, and to let them get a little bit of rain. And as you can see, it won't be long before I can harvest a few leaves off these. Now that looks a real good colour now it's in the ground and away from the grow lights. Please don't forget the thumbs up or thumbs down for the interaction, and leave me a comment. And welcome to all my new subscribers. Quite a few have actually pressed the button this month, so thank you. Take care, my friends. Happy gardening to you all. Till next time. Ta-ra for now. That's the small pips off the red Russian garlic that have grown.